Hello friends, here we are, Wisdom for the Spiritist Practitioner. This is day 38 of this series of studies, and we are studying this book, Educandário de Luz. Educandário de Luz in Portuguese, in English, in the Educational Institute of Light, that is fully translated and almost wrapped up in its revision. Can you believe it? And we've been together here. And what is the importance of these studies? These are studies that came about from spirits that are illuminated from the team of Emmanuel through Chico Xavier, through his blessed mediumship, bringing to us several messages, educating us. It's almost like a course. If it's not a course in itself, 40 days. It's going to be 40 days, 40 messages that they've brought to us, this illumination, so we can better serve others. And we can also achieve our well-being as Spiritist practitioners. Today, Emmanuel is going to be with us. Emmanuel is going to tell us about, it's a lesson on relationship. Yes, because as Spiritist practitioners, we don't do anything alone. We need group effort. We need teamwork effort. It's vital that we learn teamwork skills. And today, Emmanuel, in the message we're going to read, is going to teach us beautiful social skills, emotional and social skills that are going to boost our spirituality and make us be better Spiritist practitioners in a better group, a better center as well. Before I get to the ins and outs, we would like to share with you, the other day we were reading a beautiful message, Spiritual View of the Spiritist Center by Eugenio Sales Vitor. And our dear Teresa Castro asked us who he was. Researching and talking to friends who are scholars in Spiritism in Brazil, finally we got to a consensus, and the final confirmation came from Geraldo Lemos Neto. And he mentioned Eugenio Sales Vitor was the founder of some Spiritist centers in the city of Belo Horizonte. He was the president of the Spiritist Center, Luz, Amor e Caridade, and he was one of the directors of the Spiritist Union in the state of Minas Gerais until the year 1950. He discarnated in 1955, and through Chico Xavier, he wrote several messages in the Spiritist Center titled Grupo Espírita Meimei in Pedro Leopoldo. He gave several messages that became books, Instruções Psicofônicas, Vozes do Grande Além, Registros Imortais, books, 3 books that are not yet in English. And he was a very disciplined spirit, he says, and very serious, very committed. So here we have the identity of the spirit that gave that message that we showed the slides this past week, titled Spiritual View of the Spiritist Center. Okay, so when you go back, connect to the identity of the spirit. It's important because it's important in these cases to know who is writing to us. It matters. Of course it matters. Of course, more than the identity is the message in itself, the content. But when we are able to tie both together, the identity of the spirit and the message, when they match, it becomes ever more meaningful. In this case, Eugenio de Sales Victor was a spiritist who knew the ins and outs of the Spiritist Center. So once he discarnated, he came back through Chico Xavier to tell us the behind the scenes of the Spiritist Center so we could do a better work, okay? So Today, Emmanuel comes to us, and the message is titled Among Brothers, of course, sisters, among companions. And it's a lesson in relationship. It is a lesson. Since people and friends are coming in, I'm going to start reading it. And we're talking about only 5 paragraphs. But Emmanuel goes to the point, and he tells us precisely these words. Among Brothers, by Emmanuel, through Chico Xavier. There is a type of beneficence indispensable to the success of the group tasks, which is the understanding among its companions. We do not refer to the superficial understanding, but to the basic understanding through reciprocal patience that presents itself in the sphere of work for the overcoming of all the obstacles. We are used to underestimate the little demands, such as the suppression of a mistake, the reformulation of a request, a soothing phrase at a difficult time, the withdrawal of a complaint. And the darkness of the shadows becomes entangled with other darkness of shadows. Suddenly, they are transformed in a mass of darkness, intoxicating the spirit of the team with the work threatened to collapse and imbalance. We're all aware that a broken bolt in a moving wheel compromises the safety of the car. We know that the short circuit in a forgotten corner is susceptible of burning and destroying entire buildings. Even so, we do not usually cure the misunderstanding, capable of becoming an agent of disturbance or disorder, destroying vast sums of service in which the peace of the community is guaranteed. Once the lack of control in the mechanism of our relations with each other is established, let us pause for a minute of meditation and prayer and observe with serenity the mismatch in question or the gap formed. Then let us accept the highest function of the word, which is that of building the good and knowing how to enlighten each other by carving the word in tolerance and fraternity so that the efficient march of the group does not stop. Let us make sure that many hearts on our pathway only wait for a touch of kindness to unfold itself in joy and work, appeasement and renewal. Let us remember that certain doors of noble and solid structure bear heats and blows with violence without altering themselves. But the same doors open at once under the gentle pressure of a key. Yesterday we were talking about the importance of practicing kindness. Kindness is becoming more spoken about in this beautiful planet, but we're yet to spread it out and to teach our children, to teach adolescents and adults about kindness and to really give room to kindness. We still deep inside believe in the force of the masculine in everyone. Even women, they think that to get to certain levels of power, they need to behave just like the masculine of everybody else. rude, rough. It's not about being the body of a man or the body of a woman. It's about the feminine and the masculine inside of us. It's about being balanced, truly balanced. We're not there, but we're aiming at it. Remember when we talked about calling the architect of all architects? God. And He's going to ask us, how do you want me to design the house? Your inner house. I don't like this. It doesn't count. We cannot draw what you don't like. We can only draw what you like. I would like to be kind and patient and tolerant and loving and determined and disciplined and compassionate and altruistic. And we're gonna draw it together. So here we have kindness at the forefront of it all. Many people have taken our dear Emmanuel by mistake, saying that he was rigid and disciplinarian. Day in, day out, as we dissect each and every message, we discovered that Emmanuel is so kind and loving. The Senator Publius Lentulus was a different man. But the one that comes and mentors Chico Xavier is already soft, kind, loving, but determined, courageous, oh yes, and strong, which is the balance that we need, right? And our dear Vanessa Godoy is here. Hallelujah. I'm going to sing to you, my friend. Hallelujah, hallelujah. It's good to see you here, my friend. And you just told your son, always be kind. Beautiful. Thank God. And using affirmations, as Vanessa Godoy is saying, affirmations is a good way to go through this process. So let's put a pause on the evaluation of this message, on the dissection of this, and go here. Thank you for finally making it, my friend. I know you're busy and it's the last hour of the day, but you know, we are together, so that's the point of it all. You know, today, my friends, is Leia Severo's birthday, and she is a good friend of all of us. She is one of the people that help the administration of Kardec Radio, and she lives in Florida, and we're very grateful to her. So let's sing together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leia. We all love you. Feel the love, my friend. We love you. Another run around the sun. Yes, what a joy, huh? It is. It is certainly a joy. Happy birthday. Rihanna is here with us, doing beautiful works every day in South Africa with the group, her family. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Beautiful. Joyce Magalhães, my friend of the heart. Marco Magalhães, Daniel, big hug, saudade. And Ceissa, beautiful Ceissa, how are you? Teresa Catapano, how are you? Pérola Bronze, how are you? John Da Rosa, our dear friend of the heart. Ana Augusta Menezes, you know Ana Augusta, Luis Hu, they're finalizing the Luis Hu tour in Florida tomorrow, right? Launching the new Spiritism Kids magazine, the books, etc. So, friends, go to the site of the Federation, spiritist.us, and buy your magazine, Spiritism Kids. It's for kids and for youth. We need to support it because our new generation needs it more than ever. By the way, Ana Augusta, tell Luis Hu that he's more than invited to come to our first international Spiritist Youth Retreat next July, sponsored by Kardec Radio. Yes, and the Spiritist out of Virginia and other organizations here in Washington, D.C. We're hoping to gather together youth from around the world, and of course, this is our way of celebrating 7 years at Cardiac Radio. Okay? We hope Luis can come, because he, more than ever, has lots of things to help us in this, help the youth of the world, right? Jorge Monteiro Gomes, abraço para você, Jorge. Lívia Moraes, our dear friend, how are you? Sunshine, how are you? Fred Gouveia, our brother of the heart too. Michelle now, how are you, my friend? Nina Dewey, Karina Alice, how are you? Leonor Pacheco, thank you, Leia, for being with us. Ioneide Araújo, how are you? How are you? Rudy, presently present in the present is 11th hour Spiritist, and